What's poppin', Tea Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am finally back with all new episodes of Spill the Tea. Sorry I was gone so long, but you all know I had to finish up my novel, which debuted at number 12 on Amazon's African American Women Bestsellers list. Woohoo! Yeah, nigga! But anywho, let's get into the tea, baby. My first story is on Kim Kardashian. She recently did an interview with Van Jones. In the interview, they discussed her taking a meeting with Trump to get a woman in jail that she was trying to get pardoned released. Take a look at the video.
Is wrong. Trump is using you as a political pawn. So now you're sort of, you've endorsed him in a way. You've kind of given him legitimacy. You might be in a campaign video. He used you.
I think Kanye's already given him legitimacy, so I don't, in that way. So I was working on this before, so I don't, I don't think I would be used, and at the end of the day, he heard me out. We got the job done. So I don't think, what could he really use me for?
He can use you for a lot of things, sis. Obviously, she was stumped by that question. Obviously, he brought something to her attention that no one else in her camp brought to her attention. That he can use you with saying, oh, I had Kim Kardashian, one of the biggest celebrities in the United States, come to my office and talk to me. I got a black woman pardoned from jail because of Kim Kardashian. The white people love me. I'm helping the Negros. He can use you in a lot of different ways. If he decides to run again, he can use you in his campaign videos. It was obvious that she didn't think this all the way through. Kim was a very big advocate for Hillary Clinton when Hillary was running against Donald Trump. She was very anti-Trump. So I don't think she really thought this all the way through. I'm happy that she helped this woman out with getting out of jail. She used her celebrity for once for good. So I congratulate her on that. But like I said, I don't really think she thought this all the way 100% through. And she was obviously duped by that question. She was stumped by that question. She did not see that shit coming. And she answered it the best way that she could. Her media training has helped out in this instance. So I don't know if you guys have been watching Tracy Morgan's new television show, The Last OG, which comes on, I believe, TBS or TNT. I watched season 1. It just ended this week. A really good show. Love the premise, and happy to see Tracy Morgan back on television. The show stars him and Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish plays his ex-girlfriend, who is his baby's mother. She's great on the show. She's hilarious on the show. I love both of them on the show. He has been doing press for the show, and when asked about Tiffany Haddish, this is how he responded.
We'll talk about your co-stars.
How has it been watching Tiffany Haddish blow up? And did you know her? We're not going to go there?
No.
Why?
Because Tiffany is not the only one. This is not Tiffany Show. This is Tracy Morgan. This is The Last OG. Okay. So you might as well, if you're going to ask that about Tiffany, ask that about Cedric. And ask that about craft services. Everyone that come to work every day on that show. Okay. We're not going to go there.
Okay. Let's not go there. Let's talk about craft services.
Sis was feeling her cunt that day. She did not want you to ask about Miss Tiffany. Now, this kind of puzzled me. I showed the video to Monique. She said she didn't really feel like he was being a hater. I, on the other hand, did feel some type of way about his response, because when you're promoting a show, they ask about your co-stars. They ask how you get along. How is it working with this person? All of those things. It's not foreign for a reporter or an interviewer to ask you about your co-star. I really felt like when you're doing the press run, you're sitting in a chair and you're being interviewed at least 30-40 times in one day by different media outlets. I felt like by the time he got to these two men, he was tired of the question about Tiffany. Tiffany is one of the biggest comedians out right now, especially female comedians. She's about to host the MTV Movie Awards. She's all over the place. And I really felt like he was tired of answering questions about her. I did feel a little bit of jealousy there, because he's supposed to be the star of the show, but Tiffany's star is shining a bit brighter than he is right now. I just felt like, especially with her being a black female comedian, a comedian at that you would show her some love, that you like, you know, it's great working with her, but you know, and it's also great with Cedric. If you wanted to bring in the fact that Cedric the Entertainer is on the show, who is also a comedian who has done well throughout the years. I felt like he could have answered the question better than that. If I was Tiffany, I would have been a little bit offended. I would have picked up the phone and asked him, like, what's good with this? Like, is there a problem? Like, what? It just wouldn't have set right with me. It came across a little bit jealous, a little bit envious, and I really feel like he felt like this is my show, ask about me, don't ask about anybody else. So, didn't really like how Tracy answered that question. Let me know how y'all felt about his answer down below in the comment section. Ryan Murphy's new show, Pose, debuted this past Sunday on the FX channel. I was looking forward to this show, and when I watched it, I have to say, it was one of the best series premieres I have seen in quite a while. This show not only was funny, it was nostalgic, it was creative, it was fashionable, it was sad, it was heart-wrenching, it was drama-filled, it was filled with family and love, and you know, it was just so many different layers to this show, especially with me growing up in the 80s and being an 80s baby, and the music choices. Whoever is in charge of the music needs to get all the awards ever. The music choices is on point. The actors and actresses that were casted were A+ spot the fuck on. I cannot remember her name, but old girl, the queen, the head girl of the first house, the House of Abundance, she was on the reality show, I think it was called Pose, that was on either like We or Lifetime, and it was about transgender models. I remember her from that show. I liked her on that show. Happy to see her acting. The girl that plays Angel, she is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Love to see, you know, the gender bending with her being a female actress playing a transgender. Her white lover on the show, I'm loving this storyline. Spoiler alert, he is married, honey, with children, and is starting a relationship with a transgender prostitute. When old boy did his audition at the dance company and he danced to Whitney Houston and he just got his whole entire gay life, baby, I went up. I was crying tears. It was just such a joyous, happy show. I cannot wait to see what else comes from Pose. If you have not watched Pose, catch up with it right now tonight so you can be prepared for episode 2 tomorrow night. It is a wonderful show. Ryan Murphy did that, and then on top of that, I didn't even trip off the fact that it was a majority black cast. So that within itself was a coup, and they got it right. They did it so right. I'm so excited about this show. So make sure that you watch Pose. Y'all know that Roseanne has been canceled. Let me just say my piece on this. I grew up watching Roseanne. I have watched every single episode of Roseanne maybe 50 million times. I watched all of the reruns. It was one of my all-time favorite television shows of all time. I was a huge fan of Roseanne Barr, the whole show, the concept, everything, her comedic timing, everything. So when she came back and I started hearing all these rumblings about her being a racist, I was shocked by this because I hadn't been keeping up with her personally throughout the years. So when I started hearing all this stuff that she was a racist, I was like, what the fuck? Roseanne? Like, really, bitch? And it was all true. She made this disparaging racist remark about one of Obama's old administrative people in his office, and the show immediately got canceled. But my thing was, y'all knew that she was making these racist remarks before y'all greenlit the show to come back. So it seemed to me like it was like, as long as the money's coming in, we're going to try to ignore this. But now that it's gotten too hot, it's too much, we can't ignore it, we have to cancel the show. So ABC, y'all kind of don't really get an applause for me for canceling the show, because y'all should have never greenlit in the first place if y'all knew her ass was being racist. So Kenya Barris, the creator of Blackish, shared that he was so livid with the Roseanne Barr controversy that he almost left ABC. The 43-year-old producer, director, and showrunner says that he was prepared to protest and speak out against the comedian for her controversial tweets that surfaced last month. He says, I was literally coming out of the show and I was like, fuck this. I was going to go crazy. I was going to call my agent and go on CNN's Don Lemon and other shows. He says that he first called ABC Entertainment president to warn them. I was like, I'm sorry guys, and then I have to say the response came in minutes. We all know they canceled the show. So happy to see that he was ready to put his show, his career, everything on the line to stand up for injustice. That makes me love Kenya Barris in the show even more. It's just so disheartening. Fuck Roseanne. But I'm not even surprised by white people and their white racist antics anymore. I'm just not surprised by any of this shit. Fuck her, big bloated, blob looking ass, Ghostbuster looking ass. Like, girl, fuck her. That's Lil Wayne news. As you know, he has been in an ongoing lawsuit with Birdman's record label Cash Money Records. Lil Wayne was promised an $8 million advance for recording the Carter. I think this is 5 or 6. I don't know the Roman numerals. And an additional $2 million after the project was done, but didn't get a dime and wanted his contract with Cash Money terminated. Child. Thankfully, the lawsuit has come to an end, according to documents obtained by At The Blast. Wayne's attorney Howard King filed a notice on May 23rd that all parties are ready for the lawsuit to be dismissed. It turns out that Wayne was paid the $10 million owed to him plus some. According to the Blast, Universal went ahead and paid Wayne well over $10 million because they're confident that they'll recoup the money from him and Cash Money. Happy to see this whole thing has been worked out. At this point, I don't know if I would continue to do money with Birdman. He has a problem with paying his artists. I don't know what the fuck is up with this nigga. Especially with all the debt this nigga in, and then Tony over there marrying his in-debt ass, and she in debt. Them gonna be two in-debt motherfuckers together. I would just sever my business ties with Birdman at this point and go to a different label or start my own label, because they have more than just a business relationship with each other. They have this so-called father and son relationship. So if they want that to continue moving forward in the future, I think that it's best that they part ways business-wise, just concentrate on their friendship. Are you guys even still here for Lil Wayne? Is at one point he was one of the biggest rappers around, and he was on everybody's tongue, and then within like the last 4 or 5 years, like, he hasn't been able to do much, he hasn't done much. So I wonder, can Lil Wayne make that comeback? Can he be that top nigga again? Are you all even anticipating or wanting any new Lil Wayne music? Let me know. In movie news, I am happy to say that Reese Witherspoon will be doing a Legally Blonde 3. Here is the video that she posted letting us know that it will be coming. I'm excited about this, but then again I'm not, because Legally Blonde, the original, was so freaking iconic. It was everything. I love those types of chick flick movies, but Legally Blonde 2 was not good at all. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with Elle Woods moving forward. Does she have kids? Is she married to an old boy? What's going on with Elle? She's still doing her lawyer thing. Like, what's going to be going on with Elle Woods? They really going to have to, like, bring it with this. It cannot be a flop. Like, the jokes are going to have to be on point. The fashion is going to have to be on point. Like, they don't have to really bring it. In Black China news, her legal battle with the Kardashian Jenners continues. The 30-year-old is suing Rob Kardashian, Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian West, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner. China-born Angela White has returned to court accusing the production company behind Keeping Up with the Kardashians of refusing to turn over key documents in her legal battle with her baby daddy Rob, his mother Kris, and his sisters. On May 22nd, China filed a motion to compel production from Bourdain Murray over their refusal to turn over documents requested unless she pays them $126,000. China accuses the producers of intentionally and deliberately withholding documents in the case, and in particular, Bourdain Murray was unlawfully withheld documents that will further demonstrate that the Kardashian-Jenner defendants intentionally interfere with her contract with E! Now, I watched the Kardashians. I remember that season when Kim and then went to Rob and was like, I don't really think that you need to do a season 2 of the show. He was like, we want to do a season 2. We're ready. He was lobbying for them to do a season 2. They didn't want to do a season 2 because they did not like China. Remember, Kim and Chris were executive producers of Rob and China, the reality show. So I do believe China 100% that they put the axe to her reality show because her and Rob were on board for season 2. I think that they canceled it because they did not like her and they did not want her to continue to get a coin. But at this point, just let it the fuck go, sis. Just let it go. I mean, move on. I'm pretty sure there are other companies out there that would love to give you a reality show. Mona Scott will most definitely give your ratchet ass something for VH1. Just move the fuck on. You getting your little child support. You and Rob are cordial enough that y'all are co-parenting with, Dream. Fuck them hoes. Move on about your life and stop dating that damn Tyler. That's what you need to be worried about. Fuck this little frivolous ass lawsuit. Be worried about the fact that you fucking a nigga that look like he in the 10th grade and that still do the Aaliyah beat on the lunchroom table, sis. That's what you need to be concentrating on, because that little incestuous ass relationship you got going on with that nigga just looks really like suspect. It's disgusting. I don't believe it. It's just he got a boy body. You got this grown ass inflatable body. The two just don't fucking mix, sis. I don't know what's going on in your life, but you like dating niggas that look like they 12. I don't know what kind of sick shit going on in your brain, but you need to concentrate on that shit, sis. You dating a nigga that look like your son. That's retarded. In other movie news, Lee Daniels is looking to make a leap back to the big screen. Daniels is in talk to direct biopic Billy on jazz singer Billie Holiday, who's one of my absolutely favorites. Singer Andra Day is being considered as Holiday and Atlanta's Lakeith Stanfield as the male lead. Now, I am here for this shit. Lakeith is one of my favorite actors. If you don't know him by his name, Lakeith Stanfield stars on Atlanta with Donald Glover. He plays the little spaced out weed head friend of Donald Glover's character. He is a phenomenal actor. Andra Day has the voice, she has the look. Now the acting skills we don't know about yet, but just the visual of it, I am here for this shit. We need a movie on Billie Holiday. It is time. We haven't had one I can't think of since not Mahogany. What was the movie with Diana Ross? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's time. It is most definitely time for another Billie Holiday biopic. I'm here for this news. Yes! So Drake wants y'all to know that nobody really knows what he been through. That's what he tweeted when a fan asked him, was he going to clap back to Pusha T? And he was like, nobody knows what I've been through. And then they asked him, do you really have a child with a porn star? And he was just like, OVO for life. Basically, yeah, nigga, I do, but I'll release the news when I want to. It was best that he didn't respond, because those pictures of him in blackface really did damage. Jay Prince, who was one of his mentors and business partners, told him not to respond to it because he didn't want the shit to escalate. And at that point, like, there was nothing really for Drake to respond with in the first place, because Duppy, he really didn't too much address Pusha T. It was more directed towards Kanye in the first place. You could tell he really didn't have much to say about Pusha T. And Pusha T was ready, cocked and loaded. So it was best that Drake just tuck his light skin tail between his legs and just ride on the 6 or whatever the fuck that nigga be doing, and keep it moving and work on this new album and just go on with life. Because Pusha T was ready. You cannot argue or fight with or joan on or battle against a nigga that still wear braids in 2018. That nigga ain't got shit to lose. And that nigga don't even wear cornrows. He wear plaits. That nigga got a slave mentality. That nigga been fighting his whole life. Like, it was just best that nigga just bow the fuck out. I lost. TKO, nigga. You won that shit. Let me move on with my life and get my edges back. Because Pusha T snatched the shit out them damn edges. I wonder, is he going to address the blackface photos on his new album and explain himself? Ugh, you lost one. Diddy talked about the beef a little bit when he did an interview this past week on Big Boy Radio, and he shares his reaction when Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up. Take a look.
They asked me a question today about, Drake not responding, and I had to tell them, like, I respected it. Like, when we got hit with Hit 'Em Up, I had to make the call of Biggie, and I said, I said, we're not going to respond. Somebody's going to get hurt if we respond. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but, you know, I could understand that perspective because Tupac hit us with Hit 'Em Up. And that joint was cold. We would take your turntables. You played Hit 'Em Up. You know what I'm saying? That's how cold that thing hurt to this day. You know what I'm saying? And then when Jay-Z, I know Jay-Z and Nas, they friends, but that's you hear Ether coming out the joint. I still feel a way. I mean, I never felt the way with Hit 'Em Up. You know what I'm saying? I never felt a way with it because I really laughed at it the way I was portrayed in the video. I saw the fun in it. You know, I'm not gonna play it at my birthday party.
Right? Yeah. Put that on.
Get no play.
Let me tell you one thing. When Hit 'Em Up came out, I think I was in the 9th grade. No, I was going into 9th grade year. That song was so iconic when Hit 'Em Up came. First off, fuck your bitch and the clique you claim. West side when we ride coming quick with game. You came to be a player, but I fucked your wife. It's with the bad boy nigga fuck for life. That was one of the all-time best diss records. That along with Ether, Sheether, now the Life of Adidon or whatever the fuck Pusha T name was. Iconic diss records. Man, that shit went hard. Back in Jesse Williams news, he and his ex-wife are still battling it out in court, and this girl is just looking like a psycho, crazy, bitter ex-wife at this point. Jesse claims Arian is lying about expenses for their kids. He filed a response to Arian's request for more child support and claims that $25,000 per month for college savings is just ridiculous. This girl want him to put aside $25,000 a month for college. Being as though his children are only 2 and 4. Okay, sis, you're doing the most. Jesse feels like the request for future college savings shouldn't be something for the court to decide because they'll be legal when they go off to college, and y'all know child support ends at the age of 18. He claims that Arian is trying to use this measure to get more spousal support. Jesse has no issues paying for his kids' current tuition and tutors, but just wants the court to... And then the story went on and it ended right there. At this point, like I've said in previous Spill the Teas videos, I understand her anger. I understand her hurt. He broke up with her. He got with a white woman quickly afterwards. And then she was alleging that that woman that he eventually went public with, the actress, that he was seeing her while they were still married. So I understand the hurt. I understand the anger and all this. But it's been over a year or two. Like, get over it now at this point. Move on with your life. You're getting a huge lump sum for child support. Move on with your life. He ain't shit. Your kids is what you need to be focusing on. Your career, a new man. If you was fucking somebody, you wouldn't even be tripping off this nigga now at this point. Girl, just fuck him. Because at this point, these frivolous ass lawsuits and contentions is just making you look crazy and just stupid at this point. $25,000 to put away for college every month for a 2 and 4-year-old. Girl, bye girl. Bye girl. You need your ass beat for that stupid shit. So the real co-host, Jeannie Mai, you know, her and her husband have split. I believe now they're divorced. One of the issues in their marriage was the fact that she did not want to have children. He did. Soon after they broke up, he got with another woman. That woman is now pregnant with their first child. Jeannie Mai's ex-husband, Freddie, is having a baby girl with a woman named Lindsay Toole. This shit is crazy. That just goes to show you that when you're getting married to someone, you have to sit down and talk about your wants, your desire, your needs, your do's, your don'ts, your hard limits, because you're going into marriage thinking this shit is going to be forever. They went into the marriage with her not wanting children, him wanting children. I guess one of them thought the other one was going to change their stance, and it did not happen. And now he's moved on quickly with the next chick and got his damn baby. So you have to really be thoughtful and clear when you're stepping into relationships with someone. If a man say he don't want to be in a relationship, respect his word and believe that word. If a man say I don't want to have children, respect that. and decide whether or not you can deal with it. If motherfucker tell you, I don't ever see myself getting married, you cannot be going into these relationships thinking that you can change a person, because obviously with these two people, you see that it did not work. So, you know, hopefully Jeannie will be able to find her a new mate if she has not already, someone that would like to live the same lifestyle that she is living. Congratulations to Freddie and his new chick on their baby girl. DJ Envy from The Breakfast Club and his wife will be having a reality show on Bravo called Gold with Envy. You know, him and his wife Gia Casey have been together for 17 years. They got like 6-7 kids with one another. They live in New Jersey. So this is going to be very interesting. I remember at one point Gia was supposed to be a part of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was on a couple of episodes with Teresa. The shit didn't work out for whatever reasons. So I'm kind of a little bit looking forward to this, then a little bit not, because DJ Envy is like the worst to me. I hate his interviewing style on The Breakfast Club. He does no type of research. He asks the dumbest questions ever. He just dumb, and I just cannot respect someone that's on the biggest morning radio show in the country, and it is so fucking ill prepared, so stupid, so uneducated, and he just irks my soul. So I don't really know how I feel about this reality show. Are y'all excited about it? Let me know down below. And for all of my ladies that are like me, that are looking for a billionaire, looking for that billionaire dick, that's tired of fucking with these broke ass niggas, let me break down the top 10 cities in the world with the most billionaires, because I'm about to move immediately so I can find me one and snatch me one the fuck up. The first city on the list is New York with 103 billionaires, my nigga. Oh yes, I'm moving to New York. Next city is Hong Kong, China, 93 billionaires. San Francisco, California, 74 billionaires. Moscow, Russia, 62 billionaires. It's too cold though in Russia. I ain't gonna make that trek. London, England with 62 billionaires. Beijing, China, 57 billionaires. I love me some Asian dick. Yes, God. Singapore, Asia with 44 billionaires. I can see that compound chicken, yes. Dubai, United Arab Emirates with 40 billionaires. Them Arabs be looking quite scrumptious, my nigga. I'll be wrapped the fuck up hot as a motherfucker to be with a motherfucking Dubai billionaire shit. Sure the fuck we are. And then last is Mumbai, India with 39 billionaires. So if you looking for you a billionaire, you want you some billionaire dick, those are the cities that you gonna find your come up. Stop fucking with these little corner boy ass niggas. Stop fucking with these niggas that's selling dime bags of weed and shit that can barely pay for your ass, get in the club, barely want to take your ass to Red Lobster. Get out here and get you some of that good dick. Get some dick with motherfucking life and health insurance, 401ks, my nigga. Just don't be out here fucking and sucking anything, because these niggas out here, it's for everybody. So if you gonna be with a motherfucker, make sure that you living lavishly. Be like Rihanna, be like Janet, be like Kimora Lee Simmons, be like Eve, be like these bitches that went across the pond and got them some of that good old Caucasian billionaire dick, bitch. Don't be no fool like Evelyn Lozada up here pumping in the gym every damn day to fuck with niggas like French Montana, up here preserving the puss for niggas that's raggedy as fuck. Okay. This past week was the CFDA Awards, and Issa Rae was the host for the night, and this was one of her jokes that she had on Kanye. Mind you, Kim Kardashian was the recipient of one of their biggest awards that night in fashion, but Issa Rae gave no fucks and went in on Kanye while Kim was in the audience, and I gave a hand clap and a praise. Check this video footage out.
You know, when I'm left to my own devices, I'm about as fashionable as Kanye is black. Only when it's convenient. You guys, that joke was my choice, just like slavery.
I fucks with Issa Rae so hard because she stays with the shits at all times. She gives no fuck. She has no chill. Girl, high five, bitch. High the fuck five. Season 3 of Insecure will be debuting on HBO in August, and I am ready the fuck for it. I will be doing reviews on Insecure. For an update on Fabulous and Emily, Fabulous is working on a plea deal in the domestic violence case with Emily. Fabulous is asking for more time to hash out a plea deal in his domestic violence case involving the mother of his children and longtime on and off girlfriend Emily B. Bossa reports that Fab was in court in northern New Jersey today, where his lawyer met with the prosecution to work it out. The case stems from a March incident in which M told police that Fabulous threatened to kill her and punched her 7 times in the head. They're trying to determine if Fab is eligible for pretrial intervention, which is a diversion program that would allow his charges to be dismissed upon completion of it. But the issue is the program is only open to first-time offenders, and Fab has priors on his record. So I have noticed since the incident, he has been all under Emily. That nigga ain't paid that bitch as much attention, and their whole goddamn relationship. He stayed with the kids. He ain't been ripping and running the streets as much. They're always out together. And it's obvious to me what this nigga is doing. He's all up under her until the charges get dropped, and then he can drop her ass and go on about his goddamn business. Girl, she's so damn dumb. She's so damn dumb. He is using you, sis, so he don't fucking go to jail, you jackass. This nigga wasn't seeing it for you for the past 10 years, and he ain't seeing it for you now. It would be a miracle if this nigga has woken up and is changed and seen the errors of his ways and decided that, you know, he really want to be a family man. He really want to stay faithful to Emily. But I don't believe it as far as I can motherfucking see it. But that ain't my goddamn pussy. It ain't my goddamn heart. That's all up on her dumb ass. And in my last news story for today, I woke up this morning, I got on Instagram like I always do, and one of the first posts that I saw was about the death of legendary chef Anthony Bourdain. If you follow me on social media, especially like my Insta story and Snapchat, you all know that I'm a huge foodie. I mean, you can look at me and tell. I love to cook. I love watching the Food Network, Cooking Channel, Travel Channel, all those different types of shows. I have tons of cookbooks around my house. Anthony Bourdain has been one of my favorite chefs of all time. I loved all of his different shows of watching him. No Reservations, his show where he traveled around the world, going to all these different exotic places, talking to different chefs, learning the cultures, eating, you know, all these delicacies and different foods. And he was just so talented. He was an author, he was a chef, he was a host, he was, you know, a panelist on different shows like Top Chef. He was just a real cool dude. He had tattoos, you know, he was down with black people. Like, he was just so cool and innovative and just edgy and fresh and new. And it was just so sad to see when I woke up this morning that he had committed suicide at the age of 61 in a hotel room. He strangled himself, and he left behind his wife and his daughter. And it's just so sad because he was just one of the greats. He's one of the greats. He was found by one of his friends and fellow chefs, Eric Repair, who is one of the biggest chefs in the world. It's just so sad. I know a lot of people were shaken up by the death of designer Kate Spade this week, and that was fucked up, but this one really touched me. Like, this one really fucked me up because I was such a huge fan of his work, his television shows, and everything that he did. And it was just so eerie because Sunday I had just ran across a new episode of one of his shows on the, I think it was the A&E channel or the Travel Channel, and I was like, damn, I gotta start back watching Anthony Bourdain. And right when I thought that, a few days later, he killed himself. So suicide and depression is nothing to play around with. My uncle committed suicide when I was 10 years old. Suicide is a very selfish thing, especially with the people and family members that you leave behind, husbands and wives and children. It's just so sad, but you have to pay attention to the signs with family members. Don't ever take lightly when a person say that they want to kill themselves, or they don't want to be here anymore, or that they're sad, that they're depressed, and they can't get out this funk. Be there for your family and friends. Don't ever take it lightly. Pay attention to the signs. It's so sad to see one of the greats gone, but hopefully he's in a better place, that he's happier. And I just pray for his family, his wife and his daughter, especially his daughter, to get through this trying time. Kate Spade's family as well. It's just, and I heard with Kate Spade's death, she left a note to her daughter saying, you know, it's not your fault, ask daddy. Like, that's some fucked up ass shit to do to your child. If that's really what that suicide note says, why would you do that to your child? to then try to turn your child against her father in your death. Like, oh, that's just so fucked up. Like, I just pray for these kids. Rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain. You will be missed. You're one of the greats.